Hi guys, welcome to the Oasis Healing Temple. If this is your first time joining, welcome to my channel. I am an energy reader. I am a crystal healing therapist. I work with many clients on helping them overcome childhood wounds and working on healing their shadows. I have just started this channel last year, so I am definitely putting this information out there and trying to help as many souls as I can on the awakening journey. So if that interests you, welcome to the Oasis Healing Temple. For today's reading, we're going to be getting information about your financial situation. We're going to take a look at any changes that we may see in the forecast ahead, or what you can expect to see developing in coming weeks. So we have 4 pile choices for you today. For pile number 1, we have Malachite on the card. Let me show you that one. And that is paired with the green Aventurine crystal. It is so pretty. For pile number 2, we have Celestite. And that is with the garden quartz. For pile number 3, we have Azurite, and that is with Pyrite crystal. And for pile number 4, we have Turquoise, and that is with the garden, moss agate, sorry. Okay. Alright, you guys, these are your pile choices. Use your intuition to guide you into which reading is meant for you. The timestamps are going to be located in the description box below, and I'll see you all at your readings. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. So you guys were drawn to the Malachite and the green Aventurine crystal. I have pulled some oracle cards to save us some time for the reading. We're also going to pull some tarot cards to get in to reveal your messages. The first message we're going to take a look at is what the Malachite card says. I also want to mention to you guys that it is starting to rain, so if the noise level in the background starts to get a little too loud, I apologize if I don't catch it in time. I may have to pause the video and come back after the immediate release of the rain has taken place. And then I'll just come back and finish where I leave off at. So for you, pile number 1, you were drawn to the Malachite crystal. And it says, embrace transformation. Let go of what holds you back. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the tarot to see what that means as far as in relation to your financial situation. So let's see what's going to be changing for you guys. Let's go ahead and move the card and the stone over here. I think that should be just on frame. So for pile number 1, will their financial situation change? Can we see any changes ahead? What information can we see? Let's get one more. All right, let's take a look. We have, the Page of Cups. That's awesome. Okay, so with the Page of Cups coming out, there is going to be something, an offering. This is a new beginning. I always think of fish. I got my wish because there's a fish in the cup here. So something's shifting, something's flowing your way, something is coming in for sure. We have the Sun card. All right. That is the card of abundance, happiness, joy, success, growth. We have the King of Cups. Ooh, these are all great signs. And the Queen of Cups and the World. That is great news for you, pile number 1. So right now we're seeing a definite shift. Something is changing because we have the World card. So I feel like if in the past, if your situation has been pretty lacking in finances or abundance, it's saying that it's time to embrace this transformation, that something new is coming in. This is a new dawn, a new beginning, a new opportunity to embrace this new beginning. trust your intuition. We have a lot of cups, so this can also this also relates to love and romance and the heart, the emotions. So there may have been some childhood wounds that you are letting go of, that you are overcoming and healing from. Yeah, because we have the sun, and this is usually the inner child. So you may have been working on healing your inner child, healing some old emotions, which is why we have the World card coming out, a new cycle, a new beginning, where things are going to be growing, things are going to be coming. Yeah, with the Malachite, this is the heart chakra. A lot of growth, a lot of good luck coming in for you. A lot of transformation. Yeah, this is deep healing. You've been doing a lot of work, pile number one, and you should be so proud of yourself, because we have the Queen and the King of Cups. This is emotional balance being restored, knowing your worth, knowing that you are loved, knowing that you are deserving. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Yeah, we're going to take a look at the oracle cards. We have unbind inner chains, your soul's ready to be free, let go of self-imposed limitations and step into your power. Yes, this is what you're overcoming. You're overcoming these karmic wounds, these karmic chains that have been holding you back, making you feel like you've been stuck in this situation, or that your finances aren't going to change, that there hasn't been any growth, no movement, no forward movement, and that is what's coming in. There's a cycle of growth, a cycle of abundance, of happiness, of success for you. And because you have been working on healing those wounds and stepping into your power, knowing your worth, knowing that you are deserving, knowing that you are lovable, that you have worth, that you have value. Yeah, and you've been learning that. Yeah, that's what you've been reprogramming yourself, shifting your thoughts, these old beliefs. Yes, we have the Thinker coming out with 44. Old beliefs, confirmation here. Old patterns, feeling stuck in a box, that you have to fit into this box. In the first house, yeah, and who you are, like, yeah, the way that you see yourself, how you express yourself. Perhaps you were taught that, success has to look like this. That this is the only way that you can achieve success. And you have 44, and that is a master builder number. It's like healing the foundations, foundational wounds. This comes from, generational. This is it can come from your parents, from society, etc. Just old beliefs, yeah, old karmic wounds, something that's been inherited. And this could even be something that comes from old past lives, old versions of yourself. And then we have Mars coming out, taking action. And that is card number 22. Finding balance, transforming the right path, taking action, standing in your power. This new beginning as well, this new cycle. The pioneer, the one who brings change. Yeah, the arrival of something new. And then we have 39, and that is a 12, that is a 3. Beautiful. That is expressing joy, new cycles, creativity, growth. We have friendship. Okay. Oh no, I feel like this is you becoming your own friend. And look, you have the prosperity card coming out as well. Bring to me friendship true, sharing laughter and understanding too. Some of you are going to be, I did feel some love coming through here. Something with the relationships. Some of your abundance may have been connected to relationships. Maybe you're finding that liberation. Maybe you've been, dependent on somebody else for financial resource, and this is you claiming your independence now. Bring to me friendship true, sharing laughter, understanding too. And this might bring healing into the relationship too. You finding your own freedom. Some people don't like that. Some people like us to be dependent on them. And that can be because they themselves are codependent, or they just like having, power over another. And they like the fact that they can control you, or that they have, the power to limit you. But you have prosperity coming through. Card number 3. And the tree grows so strong, so fine. So may I prosper from the universal divine. And it's another card number 3. There is this beautiful blessing of prosperity. All the work, all your intentions are growing. You're going to be receiving that financial abundance coming in for you, pile number 3. And you have a number 5. Immediate change, freedom, desire, transformation. Yeah, this is financial liberation here. Breaking yourself free. You can also be having a healthier relationship with your own self, with your own heart, and the way that you, are gentle with yourself, the way that you love yourself. Not feeling like you have to prove your worth, or that you have to push so hard and work so hard to bring abundance or stability in. I feel like, you've learned how to tap into your inner flow state and trust in the universal divine, to trust in divine timing and allow things to flow into you. And that's what this new cycle for you is bringing, is you learning to trust more, you listening to your intuition, to your inner guiding system, no longer feeling stuck in a pattern, stuck in your mind, stuck in that push, hustle to bring in that prosperity. And you have celebration. A positive outcome is assured. Celebrate your successes. Enjoy your achievements. Oh, that's beautiful. And we have this full moon, completion of a cycle, the beginning. Oh wait, it's a full moon, but it's eclipsed by a new moon, or is this an eclipse? I see the moon, but it's lit up from the back. So maybe you've been following your intuition. Yeah, we have the owl here, listening to your inner wisdom and allowing yourself to be guided. Celebration is at hand. We have polarity. Integrate your shadow side. There can be no light without dark. Understand the law of polarity. That's that balance, the healing, learning from past mistakes or learning from past experiences, learning from the shadow, healing the shadow, integrating the shadow, the parts of you, those wounds, that healing. And I feel like that's what you are celebrating, is that you've completed the cycle, you've healed these childhood wounds, and that is what's bringing this abundance in for you. And we have gentleness. Be kind to yourself and others. Honor your gentleness and speak words of love. Yes, this is you. The way you communicate with yourself, the way that you see yourself, the way you allow yourself to just be in the present moment, not to overthink things or have worry or fear come in and try to dictate you or steer you off course. If you find any of those old thoughts coming in, just redirect yourself to being in the present moment, to connect to your intuition, to be in that divine flow state, and allow the universe to support you and allow this abundance to just flow in. All right, your final card shows unity, beautiful, a time of divine understanding, renewal, peace, and hope. You radiate and attract great love. Okay, so some of you are going to be attracting a partnership that brings in that love that you're seeking, but this is also that divine partnership within yourself. and creating that balance within your heart and your mind, connecting to your higher self here. Unity consciousness even coming through. So card number 7, spiritual insight, completion, perfection, deep spiritual connection to yourself, to your higher self, to that inner knowing that everything is working out, and to let go of anything that's holding you back. Beautiful. So for you, your guidance for pile number 3, we'll put you over here. About your financial situation, will it change? The answer is yes. You have definite prosperity on the horizon. This is the new cycle that you're stepping into. And we have the Sun card coming out. That's also the prosperity and abundance. And Malachite is a great crystal to help you work through any old wounds that may still linger on your energy, as far as you being worthy and deserving of achieving any of those financial goals. But this is what's coming in for you. This is what's in motion. Allow it to flow in. Don't try to control anything. Allow divine timing to take course, pile number 1, because it is on its way. Congratulations. All right, you guys, this was your reading. Thank you all so much for being in the temple with me today. If this reading resonated with you, please like and subscribe. Comment below if you feel like sharing your story, or just let me know that pile number 1 resonated with you. It's just now starting to rain a little heavier. Hopefully this didn't interfere with your reading. All right. I look forward to seeing you all in the temple again. Y'all take care and have a blessed day. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. So we're going to take a look at your financial situation, see if there's any information we can get about your finances, if there's any change on the horizon. I've already pulled some oracle cards just to save us some time, and we're going to pull some tarot cards together on camera. And let's go ahead and reveal what this card says on the front. Celestite. It says, seek spiritual connection, open yourself to divine guidance. And what I love about this card is it came out under the garden quartz, and we have these beautiful blooming flowers. So I feel like there's something that's going to be blooming, something that's growing. This could be new seeds that you're planting, that you've been nurturing, that are going to be coming to bloom. So perhaps you've been working on nurturing some seeds, some thoughts that you have, some ideas. And it can also mean that you have that your angels, your guides, are wanting you to nurture your thoughts, to grow them so that they can come to full potential. There may be an idea, there may be a creative talent that you have, something that you've been pondering about, something you've been wanting to grow, and it's going to help you increase your financial abundance, or maybe more means to finding income, like more than one income supply here, because I feel like there's several different things. So maybe this idea that you have is something that can help you have multiple streams of income. All right, let's see. That's what's coming through from these two here. I think, yeah, this might be on, I believe that's on camera for you guys. Maybe a little bit lower. Let's put the heart here. Okay, let's take a look at what the tarot says. Pile number 2's financial situation. Oof. All right, let's get one more. Pile number 2 can get some insight about their financial situation. Thank you. Bottom of the deck, we have the moon. Okay, listen to your intuition here. Oops. Okay, ooh, nice. You have the 10 of Pentacles. This is like the ultimate abundance card here. This is happy life, having a legacy to leave behind for your family. It's going to bring a lot of happiness, a lot of financial stability. Wow, and you have the Ten of Cups. Look at this. Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. I mean, this is like wish fulfillment here. Cause for celebration, happiness. So whatever you've been working on, whatever you've been growing, whatever you've been manifesting, it is materializing for you. It is coming into a physical reality. Yeah, it's something that you've been nurturing. I mean, look at this. This is happy family. We have all this abundance, this generational wealth here. Woo! That's awesome. We have the Page of Wands. Yes, it is growing. You're growing. This idea is growing. We have the Knight of Wands. Okay, this is fast energy here. And then we have the King of Swords. Okay. So I feel like this is clarity. So they're wanting you to focus on this coming in here, right? Your truth. I see this butterfly over the top. Transformation. You're about to fly. It's about to take off. So whatever this idea is, whatever this passion is, whatever creative project you have, it's about to take off. You're about to see a lot of forward movement. A lot of things transforming, a lot of things coming in. You're going to start seeing this abundance. You're going to start seeing more stability, more happiness, more joy, more cause to celebrate. I mean, that is so exciting. Yeah, and I feel like with the Celestite, you know, Celestite is a very angelic stone. And it says, seek spiritual connection, open yourself to divine guidance. Yeah, I feel like this is your, it's a gift that you have that you're meant to share with others. And it comes from within, it comes from your heart, it comes from a very spiritual place. Okay, let's take a look at what the oracle cards say. We have clear the karmic weight, the past still lives, and what you haven't faced, name the weight you carry and choose to release it now. So I feel like they're wanting you, your guides are saying to release any fears that you have, release them, surrender, let go of any burdens. This may have been something from the past, you know, that you have been transmuting and alchemizing. We have let go of judgment. Judging only keeps you stuck in the past. Embrace compassion and release any judgment. Release any judgment about yourself. You may have been feeling like, is this ever going to come in? Is this, you know, when is this coming? You know, I've been working hard. I've been putting my intentions out there, I've been manifesting, and I haven't seen it, you know, manifest yet. And so your guides are saying to let go of any fears that you have, let go of maybe feeling like you haven't worked hard, that you haven't completed anything. Those are all just fears and illusions. We have released the soul burden. What you carry in silence still shapes your path. Speak it, feel it, finally let it go. Yeah, I feel like there's an old wound or an old fear that you have that's still being released from your energy at the moment, which is why we are always called, why things take their time to physically crystallize, to manifest in the present. And I feel like because you've been doing this soul work, that's why this abundance is coming in for you, because you have been working on freeing yourself from these burdens, from these karmic chains, these old wounds, letting go of criticism and judgment about yourself or about others, maybe perhaps you know, feelings of lack or not being good enough. Yeah, and I feel like that's what's being released. You're able to see things with clarity now. You see the truth of the situation. And you got, so far, pile number 1, I think they only had maybe 1 or 2 of these cards. I can't remember. But you had 4 that wanted to come out. We have unlocked the pattern. The pain didn't start today. You've lived the loop before, maybe in love, maybe in lineage. Awareness is the key. Yeah, beautiful. Look, and see, there's this door that's opening up. You're ascending off of an old pattern, an old phase, and it's something that was ancestral. These are ancestral wounds, and you have weeded out the the weeds from the garden, from the soul garden. You've gone within and you've understood the patterns that have been holding you back and preventing you from, seeing your worth, seeing your value, seeing your ability to create this legacy for yourself, this happiness for yourself. And there's this door of opportunity opening up. There's this beautiful energy of love and abundance coming in for you, pile number 2. Congratulations. Keep releasing and letting go of the fear that comes up, because that only just hinders and it slows down the manifestation. But we have this fast energy coming in, so make sure that you're releasing and letting go of any fears. And look, you have blessed. You're about to be blessed, pile number 2. Yay! And it's card number 22. This one always reminds me of Archangel Raphael, who's a divine healer and also a master of balance and harmony and growth, being on the right path and transformation. Freeing yourself, and she has these beautiful butterfly wings, that transformation again. And we have a change in the wind coming. Woohoo! I love it. Yeah, look at that. We have this duality, this integration taking place, integrating the shadow, understanding the shadow. You guys, it is starting to rain outside. I apologize if there's any noise interference in the background. If it starts to get a little more intense and heavy, I will just pause the video and come back and finish your reading. So we have card number 3, completion of cycles, balance of mind, body, and spirit. So we definitely have a change in your financial situation coming in. And we have Sagittarius, expansion, beautiful. Sagittarius is the truth seeker, and you have the King of Swords, seeing the truth with clarity. And Sagittarius is aspire. It's having the intention and going after your dreams, Card number 9, the end of a cycle, the legacy that you live behind. And we have knowledge coming through. Let me connect above and below. Let the knowledge of ancestors flow. Oh, I love that. Your ancestors are coming through and letting you know that they're acknowledging your work. They're acknowledging what you have done, because you have healed. What you heal within yourself, you also heal within your family lineage. So everyone who's incarnated into your family, each person takes on a certain amount of the burden to help alchemize and transmute and heal. And your ancestors are coming through and acknowledging the work that you have done. And they are thanking you. They're letting you know that they are acknowledging the healing that you've done, because you have also not only freed yourself from this cycle, you are freeing them from this cycle. And this is a card number 28. That is a 10. So confirmation, the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new one, a new beginning, so that when people incarnate, the legacy that you're leaving behind, this generational legacy, is going to be of blessings, of love, of light, of prosperity and happiness. That is the shift that's coming in for you. That is the change that's coming in for you. You've brought healing to your family, to your generation, to your lineage, pile number 2. And you should be so grateful and so thankful for everything that you have done and everything that you've overcome, because it hasn't been easy. It isn't easy. Healing is not easy. That's why a lot of people are still so sick and in so much pain and in so much fear, because they're afraid to go within and do the healing work and to acknowledge where it comes from and then to change it. And you have done that. And I applaud you for that, pile number 2. We have intention, be clear and decisive. Focus on what you really want. I'm sorry, I'm butchering this card. Be clear and decisive. Focus on what you really want. Be bold with your requests to the universe. Look at these tall wings. You have such a strong connection to the spiritual realm. I felt that coming through with Celestite here. Look at that. Yes, beautiful, beautiful. So you're being asked to focus, to set that intention, and to trust and to know that you're worthy and deserving, and that it's manifesting, it's coming in. You may already start to see signs of the prosperity. It's going to start trickling in a little at a time, and then eventually it's going to be this giant flood of abundance, of happiness and joy entering into your life. And you have the Innocence card. Take time to play, nurture your inner child, live with a childlike sense of wonder. That's beautiful. Yeah, see how there's this healing of the inner child here, nurturing that childhood wound, taking care of yourself, focusing on joy and happiness, taking some time to have some fun, to enjoy life, not feel like you have to work so hard. Know and expect miracles and blessings. You know, they are children, they just believe in magic, and they know magic is real. And that's what we have to tap back into, is knowing that we can manifest and that we can create anything, because we are divine. We are divinity in human form. You know, we just have to remember that. And your final card says patience. Slow down, change your attitude, and clear your mind. Okay. So clear your mind, have patience. Everything's going to work out in divine timing. You have this legacy of abundance, of love, of happiness, the solid foundation. You are creating that. You are bringing that in. You have healed these ancestral wounds from your lineage, pile number 2, and you're about to be blessed. A change in the wind is coming upon you. You've gained so much wisdom and insight from these experiences, and I feel like now you know the truth and you're able to see things with such clarity. Nothing's going to stop you back. Nothing's going to prevent you from achieving these dreams, this goal that you have for yourself. I mean, we have Sagittarius, and then we have the Knight of Wands here, you know, and there's this beautiful fast-paced energy. Things are moving quickly in the right direction for you. So like I said, things are starting to slowly trickle in. Have patience, because the floodgates are about to open for you, pile number 3. Oh, and pile number 2. So we have number 24 here, and that is a 6. This is a happy home life, happy family, creating a nurturing environment for yourself and for others, having love, balance, peace in your life. And so that is what you have created, pile number 2. I'm so happy for you guys. This is what you can expect to change in your financial situation. Woohoo! All right, that was your reading for today, pile number 2. Thank you all so much for being here in the temple with me. Please like and subscribe, comment below if this reading resonated with you. If you don't know what to say, just let me know that pile number 2 is your reading. I'm sending y'all lots of love. Take care and have a blessed day. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. So we're going to take a look at your financial situation and see what information we can get about your finances, if there's any change on the horizon. I've already pulled the oracle cards for your reading. We're going to pull some tarot as well. But first, we're going to take a look at the Azurite card meaning. And you were drawn to Pyrite as well. And your card says, unlock your intuition. Explore the mysteries of your inner world. Okay. Just to let y'all know, it's starting to rain. So if it starts to get a little too loud, I apologize if there's any background noise. If it starts to get heavier, I will just pause the video and come back and do your reading after the intensity of the rain passes. Okay. With the Pyrite crystal and the card Azurite, I feel like there's something about your financial situation that involves something that's within. This could be something within your heart, something within your mind, because Azurite has to do with the mind and the programs that exist within the mind, the way that we believe, the way that we see things, our perspectives, where we get them from. And we have the Pyrite. This is about protection. This is also protection and abundance. It's also known as fool's gold. So something that appears to be something that it is not. Yeah, so there may be a belief system that you have, something within the mind that needs to be cleared, because there's a perception that you have that needs to shift in order for your finances to shift. Okay, let's take a look and see what information we can get from the tarot. Let's see if it can give us any insight into these. They could be potential blockages. All right, let's see. Pile number 3. Give us some information about their finances, any changes on the horizon. What information can you provide about their... Ooh. Okay. Wow. All right, so we're going to take them all. Let's see what we get from them. I only took 5 of these for each reading, but all of these were kind of jumping out. So there's a big message coming through. So we have the King of Cups. This has to do with your worth, your value. We have the Emperor. Okay. Your power. And we have the Devil. Okay, I felt like there was something that's holding you back. It's a mental blockage, a mental belief system, a pattern, and it involves your worth. Oh, yeah, we have this broken heart, betrayal, sadness. Yeah, not feeling worthy, not feeling deserving. These are old patterns, old beliefs, and it's robbing you of your power. Okay, let's pull these out the way. What else do we have? We have the Wheel of Fortune. Yes. Okay. Yeah, these are, it's an old cycle, an old belief. Let's move this down here. And we'll get one more card because I don't like to leave these like this here. You have, yeah, I feel like there's been, definitely been a struggle. Perhaps there's been, you've had an argument with somebody left you heartbroken. We have the 9 of Wands. That has to do with hard work. Oh, amazing. We have the Ace of Swords coming through. That's fabulous. Okay. So there's something or somebody who may have an argument or a dispute that you have had with this individual that may have left you feeling brokenhearted, betrayed. Maybe like your feelings don't matter. Or you've had to walk away from a certain situation or a certain individual because it was just too painful to be around them or to be in this relationship. Maybe they didn't see your worth, see your value, and it may have put you in a place where you felt like you've had to struggle. You've had to work very, very hard to maybe just make the ends meet. And because of this experience, this relationship, it has made you see yourself in a certain way, maybe believe that you're not worthy, that you're not deserving of happiness, of wealth, of love. There's something, there's a blockage in the mind, something that's preventing you from receiving, and that's receiving in all areas of life, receiving love, receiving abundance, receiving support, even receiving in general. But we do have this Ace of Swords here, and the Ace of Swords, this is a new beginning, a new belief, a new idea, seeing things with clarity, seeing the truth. And that's what needs to happen. You need to see the truth of the situation, which is why the Azurite card came out, because this helps us with to open our mind, to expand our mind, to get in and see what belief systems we're holding on to, what illusions are we holding on to, so that we can see things with more clarity, so that they come to the surface for us to process them and see them in a different light. And this is what's preventing the prosperity from coming in. Is there something going on in the mind? Maybe you're constantly battling with this person, having this conversation with them over and over again, and it's stealing your power. It's taking away from your ability to create, from your ability to manifest, from your ability to see things with clarity, because it's holding you back. And it's a pattern. I feel like it's a loop that you've been in, and it's preventing you from knowing your worth, and it's keeping you in this like emotional loop here. And that's what needs to be released. All right, let's see what the oracle cards say. We have cultivate courage. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the ability to move forward despite it. And we have this little, a little baby bird who's coming out of the nest for the first time, and wanting to fly and free themselves from, it's leaving the nest for the first time. They're going on that adventure. And here's the thing, fear prevents us from moving forward or taking chances, because it's stepping into a place of unknown territory, right? Because when we want something and we want things to change, and we've been in this pattern, we've been in this comfort zone for a long time, and we're wanting something new, we want to experience something new. But in order to do that, we have to take a leap of faith. We have to change something. We have to do things differently. And even creating subtle shifts in like your routine daily, those can alter your reality. And I know it might sound, silly, but sometimes just waking up like, an hour earlier each day, or, rearranging furniture in your room, it creates a shift in the energy. It really does. And so if you find that you maybe like always responding to a certain situation, or to an argument, repeating the same, argument over and over again, and it just keeps happening. Try to change the way that you respond and react to the situation. Find a different way to respond, because what you've been doing isn't working. It's just keeping you in the same place. It's keeping you feeling stuck. It's making you feel like all this hard work that you put in, and you're not seeing any results for the hard work. You just feel like you're on your own, And I feel like your guides are telling you that you need to create some change and to have some courage to do something different. And instead of seeing it from a fearful place, see it from a place of adventure, of something new, and to get excited about something new. Because when we want something new, we do get excited about it. We're going on an adventure. So see it that way, and to take one step at a time, stepping out of that comfort zone. Because you've already explored. I see it like I love this analogy, like you're in a building and you're on the base floor, right? And you have been on this same floor for like most of your life, and you're ready to go up the elevator and explore another level. And so in order to do that, you have to take that leap of faith and, go on that elevator to go explore this new reality, this new floor that's waiting for you to have the courage to try something new, to step into unknown territory and to go exploring. And I feel like once you start doing that, once you start cultivating that courage, you will start to see the change that you've been wanting in your life, because you're stepping in and choosing to do something new. We have unlocked the pattern. The pain didn't start today. You've lived this loop before. Maybe in love, maybe in lineage. Awareness is the key, which is why we have the Ace of Swords, okay? Your spirit guides, your soul wants you to get to know the truth, to see things with clarity, to cut through the BS, so to say. because whatever happened with this individual, this experience, it was teaching you something, you know, teaching what you didn't want from a relationship, what love doesn't look like, what support looks like, you know, what the ego looks like, people who need to be right all the time, making sure that we're making conscious choices, that our beliefs are our own beliefs or our own experience, that we're not just believing something because somebody told us. You've actually researched it, or you have experienced yourself and you've come to different realizations. And so your truth may be different than somebody else's truth, and that's fine. We shouldn't, you know, hate each other over, you know, disagreements. We can disagree and have our own opinion, but still have love in our hearts for one another. We don't necessarily have to be in a relationship with these individuals, but we can have mutual respect. That is their belief, because what they have experienced has given them that belief, and for whatever reason that serves them. And so there's this need to explore your inner world, to get in touch with your belief systems, to control the mind, to understand the mind, to develop the mind, so that the belief systems are coming from within. They're not coming from the outside world and what people have told you. It is getting to know yourself on a deeper level, getting to know your own heart, not seeking outside approval for, you know, anything, for your needs, for love, for guidance. It's trusting your inner knowing and cultivating your own belief systems and seeing things from the truth, and being guided by your truth. We have To Be Fair. Now, you had a lot of these cards wanting to come through. I believe you got 3, and I've only pulled 1 for the other cards, but they wanted to come out. And we have To Be Fair, all right? So this is about balance, and it's about finding that fairness, finding balance within relationships, within our beliefs, within the situations. Because we have these individuals, this is, the 5 of Swords is about a battle, and everyone walking away not feeling, you know, good or happy about it, because there's been losses, you know, and I feel like you've lost some people in your life, and it's left you feeling wounded, it's left you feeling broken, you know, and probably feeling stuck, not feeling loved, not feeling seen or appreciated. And it's created that, it's made you feel like you've been stuck, that you can't move on from the situation because your heart is just sad from this experience, and you're still living in that moment, you know, in your mind and in your heart. There's still suffering. And so there can't be any change until we cultivate change, until we embrace the courage to face our fears and to move forward, to move on, to ascend out of the loop, and to embrace a new beginning for yourself. And so understand where balance needs to be restored. And we have card number 38, which is an 11. This is about awakening, enlightenment, trusting your intuition and a higher purpose. Understand that this experience was teaching you something. We're always learning from people in our lives, from the experiences that we go through. And ask yourself, what was I learning from this experience? And you may think nothing. You know, you may think, you know, how not to trust people, and that's not the truth. It's learning who can you trust, and not trusting somebody's words. It's watching their actions, and don't rush ahead into a situation without thinking, without understanding the truth of the situation, without knowing the person that's involved. And this may have been somebody that's your within your family, because we have lineage. So this could be where you feel like, you know, the people who were meant to be your people didn't turn out to be your people, you know. And I feel like those are our karmic wounds. They are, yeah, we have the bird who's leaving the nest. That lineage that you incarnated into, they were karmic bonds, the karmic relationships. We have unfinished businesses with these people, and in order for us to finish this cycle with these individuals, to clear contracts with them. We incarnate into family lineages together so that we can finally, cut the cords and walk away and no longer have to incarnate again with these individuals to, work out this karmic balance again, to fulfill karmic contracts, where we owe one another something because of an act that we did or a hurt that we caused with one another. So if this is the lifetime where we say, all right, we're going to do this, we're going to come in and we're just going to be done. We got to walk away from one another and we got to heal these wounds. We got to face our fears and we got to have the courage to just be done, and it's not true what they say about blood being thicker than water. Essentially in like the material realm it is, but as far as in the emotional body, no, because family doesn't feel that way, Love feels supportive. It feels respectful. It doesn't break your heart and not care about your feelings. They want to mend things. They want to work through things. They want to keep you in your life. They don't try to gaslight you, shame you, or, point fingers. We have to come to a place where we both want the relationship and we are both willing to do our part to heal and to work and take responsibility for the parts that we play. When we hurt one another, when we say things, when we do things, we take responsibility and ownership for our part, and then we choose to move forward with understanding, with peace, with resolution, and feeling closer together. That's true love. That's relationship. That's family. And if we're not finding that in our relationships, then it's time for us to move on, and it's time for us to heal our heart and protect our heart, which is why we have the Pyrite here, protecting your heart, finding the gold within your own being, knowing your worth, knowing your value. And if people don't see that, if people don't want to respect that, then it's time to let go and move on and find something better, and knowing that it's not because you're not good enough, it's because there's just not a vibrational match between the two of you. You two just don't mesh well. Your energies are too different. You're on opposite ends of the spectrum, and you're trying to force like the square peg in a round hole. It just doesn't work, and being around each other is more painful, and so it's, holding on is more painful than letting go, it's that mean. So it's time to move on. You can still have love for these people in your heart, but it's time to, create that distance for yourself so that you can heal and so that you can have clarity and you can have a new beginning for yourself. Unfinished symphony. Yeah, and this is about, there's something you're meant to create. There's something you're meant to do. And this situation is holding you back. It's preventing you from moving on, moving forward, ascending on the journey and doing what you came here to do. You're stuck in this loop, in this cycle. We have unfinished business. There's something that you're meant to create, and we have this, what is this, a keyboard, a piano. Yeah, there's this new beginning. I mean, we have the 10 here, and this is the renewal, new beginning, completing a cycle, stepping into a new step, a new cycle, creating that independence for yourself, not being codependent on anybody to know your worth and your value. So, I mean, don't seek approval outside of yourself. It's going within and connecting to your own inner world and getting to know yourself a little more, and you controlling the mind, you controlling what you think. And if you find yourself having these conversations with these people, as soon as you catch yourself having the same argument, just go, oops, nope, I'm done having this conversation. I've learned all I can from this experience. Thank you for teaching me where I needed to love myself more, where I needed to set healthy boundaries for myself, where I needed to see my own value, where I was tolerating less than I deserve, and now I know my worth now. Now I know my value, and that's what's going to bring in this abundance, is you knowing your worth and your value, and you not settling for less, even when, like, you can be like the most empathic person, and I have been in this space where I love them so much and I can forgive their negativity, their grumpiness, and because I know they've gone through some hardship in their life, and so they're just, you know, that's just who they are, and give them these excuses. But you know, it's not healthy for them, and it's not healthy for us, because we teach people how to treat us. And if you don't teach them that they can't talk to you this way, and that they can't just say one thing and do another and keep repeating it over and over again, apologize and then do it again another week later, like, that's not love. That's somebody who doesn't really care, and they don't think you're going to be serious about setting those boundaries for yourself, because they don't think you know your worth and your value, because you keep tolerating it, and they're going to keep doing it. So we teach people how to treat us, and you know, once you know your worth and your value, you won't put up with it anymore. And they don't want to stay around for somebody who knows their worth. All right, you have Sagittarius expand, and we have a 9. So again, we have the ending of a cycle, putting an end to it, knowing your worth and your value, seeing the truth of who you are, seeing the truth of the situation, focusing on this dream, your goal, setting the intention for what it is you want to achieve, having the courage to move on. And we have Uranus with change. Beautiful. Time to shake things up, pile number 3. Time to go for it. Time to, you know, take flight, get out of the nest, go on a journey on your own. Go on an inner journey to get to know who you are, to know your truths. We have card 25. This is 7. Spiritual insight, completion, having a spiritual connection within. Yeah, getting to know your patterns, getting to know the loops that you keep getting stuck in, all right, and paying attention to that, right? Oh, this is an old thought pattern. This is an old belief system that I had. This is the old way of seeing things. I know the truth now. I can see things with clarity. And that's the thing. The Sagittarius, they are the truth seeker. Get to know the truth about who you are, what you're here to do, what you're here to accomplish, the truth about the situation, the truth about the individual, taking off those rose-colored glasses, stop seeing this individual, this experience from the heart, and see the truth of the situation, you know, and get to know what it is that you are learning from this experience. All right, we have good cheer. With kind heart and humor free, may good cheer rule, so mote it be. See, and I felt we have 225, so 2525. That may be an angel number for you. I would go ahead and look that one up. Let me cover this up a little bit. So this is about being a good friend to yourself, because we have these two individuals, and you know, not betraying your heart out of your love for another. It's honoring your feelings and your emotions and holding them of high value. I deserve this. I'm worthy of this. And that's the thing. If we don't know our worth and our value, it blocks our prosperity. Our blessings can't come in because we're saying we're not worthy and deserving of them. That's what I mean. Like that blockage prevents more than just finances. It prevents more than just love and relationships. It just blocks everything. So it's about healing the heart chakra, healing the mind chakra, and having the heart and mind be on the same page. Knowing that the mind is showing us, you know, the mind always responds with a fearful response to anything that's new, because it wants to stay in a comfort zone of what is known. But the heart wants to experience, you know, more love, more joy, more excitement, and new experiences. It wants to feel all of those good vibes. But the mind, you know, always wants to come in with, oh yeah, well, what about this? This happened in the past, and this happened in the past, and this may happen again, you know, and it keeps you stuck from having those new experiences, because there's these old wounds that you have that haven't been healed yet. And once those wounds get acknowledged, when they start to see the truth and they understand the experience, that version of you can come to light, can come to healing, understands, you know, what the experience was about, and then we have that healing, and then the mind can be more settled, because now the heart is settled, the heart has healed, and so now the heart is more brave and more trusting, so then the mind can be more brave and more trusting. Okay, I hope this is making sense to you guys. we have glamour. Into this mirror, I now see the realms of possibility. Woohoo! Okay, so this is about shining the light, going within, taking your heart, taking your focus, your intention, going within and creating that healing within those wounds, those fears, those doubts. And she's holding the mirror because the world mirrors to us our belief systems. So if we believe that, nothing works out for us, that, nothing ever goes right, or I'm always going to be alone, whatever that's a belief. The world will reflect that to you. You will see that manifest in your reality because it is a belief system. You believe it, so you will see it. And when you go within and you start understanding that oh my goodness, this is what I've been believing. I believe I'm not worthy. I believe I'm not deserving because of my experiences. People have treated me like this, and I've never been able to get ahead. I've always been being stuck. I've always had to work hard, and there's a belief system tied to that experience. And so we have to go within, and they call it the shadow work because it's something that's unseen, something that's unknown, that's within the mind that we're unaware of. It's in the unconscious part of us, the subconscious. It's a belief system that we created a long time ago, sometime in our youth, through an experience that we had, and we told ourselves a story. And so you're being asked to go within, shine a light, and understand your mind, understand your belief systems, your programs, what is the story I created about the situation, and bring your light, your love, your attention and your awareness into those spaces, and then create the change there. This is like, all right, that's the old story I created for myself, my old belief systems. Here's the new story. Here's the new programming. Here's the new things I want to run. I want to start believing this. I want to start seeing this in my life. And you have to believe it. It can't just be like, I'm going to tell myself this and gaslight myself into believing this. Like, it has to really come from your heart. You have to truly believe that you are worthy. You have to believe that you are deserving. You have to know that you are a good person, and that you are loving, that you are kind, and you deserve good things in your life. You deserve to be prosperous. You deserve to be healthy. You deserve to be happy. You deserve all of those things. But you have to believe it in order to see it, okay? Believing is seeing, not the other way around. All right, it says time to go. And look, this is the second one. We have this path that's opening up for you. We have a door. There's an opportunity coming in for you to bring in this new belief system, to see the truth, to create something new. And we have imagination. I wonder how these got separated. Imagination now sets me free. Divine ones, I send my thanks to thee. Write it down. Okay, write down the changes that you want to create in your life. Write down your new story. This is what happened to me. This is what made me the person I am today. I used to think this was how my life was always meant to be. I was always meant to just be alone, or meant to struggle. And now I see the truth of the situation. I see where I was allowing myself to believe that I wasn't worthy and deserving. But now I know the truth, and I'm going to create this for myself. I am worthy. I am deserving. And my life, because of this work that I put in, because I was courageous enough to face my fear, I am going to achieve, X, Y, and Z. I'm going to have this abundance. I'm going to have this happy relationship. I'm going to have this happy life, because I'm going to have this healthy relationship with myself, where I learn to acknowledge my feelings, where I acknowledge my fears and where they come from. And I become my own best friend. I cheerlead for myself. I am always encouraging myself. I talk kindly to myself. I don't put myself down. I don't shame myself. I am always very supportive of who I am, and I love myself. Practice saying that. I love you, and fill in the blank, and just saying that like 3 or 4 times, I guarantee you will start to cry. Because your soul needs to hear that, that you love you. And the more you can fill your own cup, the more you will start to see others who mirror that back to you. You will start to see people loving you. You will start to feel more worthy because you acknowledge your worth and your value, okay? All right, we have intuition. Listen to the whispers of your heart. Use divination tools to help you decide. Trust your intuition no matter what, okay? Listen to your heart. Become your own best friend. And if you don't know the answer, ask your guides, you know. Do some oracle cards. Come find a tarot reading online, you know. Come to my channel and see if there's a reading that I've done that may give you some kind of guidance or answers or support. You know, there's all kinds out there. Even if it's not on my channel, you can find it on others. Or if you do divination yourself, work with the pendulum, runes, etc. And we have the moon. Pay attention to your intuition at this time and move ahead confidently. Beautiful. So we have the moon and your intuition coming out. There is a change coming in for you. Follow your intuition. Pile number 3. Listen to your heart. Love yourself. Give yourself the biggest hug. Know that you're worthy and deserving. You know, do that. Go on that healing journey. Because that's what's going to bring in this change. That's what's going to bring in this expansion for you, so that your finances will change. And I'm telling you, like, I had to go on this journey to pile number 3, so I completely feel everything that you're going through. I had family and siblings that broke my heart, thought they were my best friends, and that there wasn't anything that we couldn't work through, and they ended up trying to gaslight me. They cut me out of their lives, and then they made up a story to make themselves a victim. And I was always the one who was, you know, always trying to work things out. I would sit down and talk to them anytime, like, I felt hurt, and they would just yell at me or give me an excuse or tell me, oh, I'm just saying sorry so you'll get out of my room. You know, just even stuff like that was just so hurtful now. And I wish I had the courage to stand up for myself and to just say, you know, I don't want a relationship with somebody who treats me like that. I deserve more. And I've learned to do that over the years, and now I am like my own best friend, and I can immediately spot somebody a mile away when they're dishonest and they're disloyal and you know, manipulative. You can spot those energies quicker, you know, and it's taught me a lot of what love doesn't look like. So now I know what love does look and feel like, and those are the relationships I seek out. And in doing that, it has taught me about knowing my worth and my value, and knowing that I don't have to prove anything to anybody. I can just be who I am and love myself, and it opens the door for me to receive, and receiving more than just love, receiving the abundance of life, of finances, of security, of support, friendship, community, all of those things. You just open that door to love and all the aspects that love can come in, you know. So I hope this reading helps you, pile number 3. A lot about relationships here, but it is also more to do about the relationship you have with yourself and being open to receiving, and your beliefs about receiving. And when you start healing those, that's when your financial situation will start to turn around, okay? Because then you can start manifesting abundance, all right? Whew. Okay, pile number 3. Thank you all so much for being here. This was your reading for today. Please like and subscribe if this reading helps you in some way. Comment below if you feel like sharing your story, or let me know that pile number 3 was your reading. I'm sending y'all lots of love. Y'all take care and have a blessed day. Hi, pile number 4. Welcome to your reading. So we're going to take a look at your financial situation, what information we can find out about your finances, and if we see any change moving forward. So I've already pulled some oracle cards to save us some time. We're going to get some tarot as well. But first we're going to take a look at your turquoise card and see what your message is. And it says, find balance and healing. Let your spirit soar. So, and it's with the moss agate, and moss agate has that potential to help us grow anything. Find balance and healing. And look at this image. So the turquoise is this little gem that's sitting right here, and it's propped up against this bigger stone. which to me, I'm not sure what kind of crystal it is. Maybe it's amethyst. But look at all these flowers that are blooming here. So there's a big opportunity for growth, for healing, growing your financials, healing maybe some old beliefs about your ability to achieve your goals, to have growth, to have the abundance of finances, for your finances to grow. All right, so I definitely feel like there is an opportunity for them to expand. A lot of expansion here. All right, let's get some tarot. All right, can we see some information about pile number 4's financial situation? Any changes they can expect? Okay. We have the Emperor. Oop. We have, okay. The 3 of Hearts. We have Judgment, the High Priestess, and the 3 of Wands. Okay, so yeah, you have been healing pile number 4. I feel like yeah, we have these old wounds, some sadness, some heartbreak, maybe even betrayal, old patterns, old belief systems. Perhaps you felt like you know, your power was taken away, or your ability to receive, to grow, to change, to heal. And we have the Judgment. This is about awakening. And we have the High Priestess as well, going within and creating that change to bring that healing. It's also about a rebirth. Yes, finding balance and healing, letting your spirit soar. Okay, that's beautiful. And then we have the 3 of Wands, and this is about a victory. Yeah, you have been overcoming. You've been healing, on a healing journey. You've been going within, healing some old wounds, some old belief systems about your worth, your value, and you have achieved a level of success in that area, which is why we have all of these beautiful flowers that are blooming here. You have been nurturing some seeds, growing some intentions, something is manifesting. Yeah, you have been taking the time to go within and plant new seeds of intentions, of growth, of healing, love, prosperity, abundance. And there's going to be this beautiful movement here. Lots of forward movement. Cause to celebrate. Yeah. This new beginning for you. Woo. I love it. Let your spirit soar. Okay, let's take a look. We have embrace your shadow. The shadow holds the truth you need. Embrace it, integrate it, and use it to transform your life. I feel like that's what you've been doing. You've been going within. You've been facing these fears, healing some old wounds. It could be feelings of lack or unworthiness that you've been facing. Understanding where they come from, and that's what's creating this rebirth. We have released toxic attachments, toxic ties drain your energy, cut the cords and reclaim your freedom, which is beautiful. This is the you know, burdens of the past, old patterns, feeling restricted, unable to move, where you feel like your power has been taken away. Toxic ties, yeah, cutting the cords to the past. Perhaps you had somebody who broke your heart, betrayed you. And look, you have this sword in your hand, this sword of truth, where you're able to cut those cords to the past, cut those cords from these people in your life, these experiences, cutting the cords from these belief systems that may have held you down, you know, and made you feel like you were trapped or stuck in this energy. And if it was, you know, an energy of lack or, you know, what, just a lower vibrational energy, you know, where you felt limited in any kind of way, you're breaking through those limitations. You have all that glitters. Yeah, you're able to see the truth now. This is about, you know, the mask that people wear, or the illusions that people hide through, seeing the truth of the situation. If the, individuals who may, you know, they tell you, this is who I am, this is who I am, and it's not the truth of who they are, that's just who they want to be, or what they want you to perceive them as, but in the reality, that really isn't who they are. Oh my goodness, there's so many birds out in the yard right now. It's raining. I'm not sure if y'all can hear this in the background. I've been having to pause the video several times to stop the sound from being too disruptive in the background. But it's still raining, but a lot of these birds are they are congregating on the ground in front of the window. So I'm not sure why. They just caught my attention, but I'm sure it has meaning. But there's a big group of them, so maybe these individuals who may have betrayed you or broken your heart or caused this sadness in your life, I feel like maybe there's this opportunity for new partnerships, new communities for you to come in. So as walking away from these experiences may be painful, they are necessary, you know, for your growth, so that you can move on and you can find people who are truly authentic. They're not wearing a mask. They don't present themselves as one thing and are something underneath, you know. They are true to who they are. And I feel like that is also something that you are learning to do too, is to be your authentic self, and not to feel like you need to hide or you need to prove anything to anyone, that who you are is enough. Pile number 4? Yes, pile number 4. So there's a reason why you were drawn to 4. Yeah, stability, structure, creating that solid foundation within your own being. Grounding. It's also about working hard for what you want to create for yourself, but knowing you are worthy and deserving of receiving it, that you don't need to have to change your heart or to dim your light in order for you to be loved or worthy. Ooh, and we have serendipity. Look at this. We have this 4-leaf clover. I love that. Good luck coming in. Look in this. There's this fairy that's kind of just leaping through the air, leaping for joy, leaping for happiness, taking a leap of faith here. 7. We have 16 and 18, so a 7 and a 9. The end of a cycle. Spiritual insight. We also have completion coming through here. Having a deep spiritual connection. Yeah, with the High Priestess as well. Yeah, some of you are awakening to your spiritual self, your spiritual aspect, to the divine, having a stronger connection to the spiritual divine. Yeah, look, we have this giant crystal and we have the little baby crystal. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, you're growing on the spiritual path here. You're awakening. So you may be just newly awakening on the path and seeing the truth of, you know, the world, of your relationships, of your ability to create, to change your life, to change your situation, to change the way that you see things, the way that you believe. you know, in general, the way that you believe. And sometimes it can be very, very hard when our illusions are shattered. You know, maybe the way that we saw someone, or we believed in the situation, or we believed in a person, we believed in the relationship, and then our hearts are broken by these individuals. Like, the way we saw them is shattered, like who we thought they were. Like, our world starts to crumble because what we believed about our relationship or about this person, you know, isn't true. It can be very heartbreaking, you know, and it can make us feel like we're lost and you know, disconnected from our truth. And I feel like you may have been on that journey, and you're continuing to go on that journey of self-discovery. But you've been breaking these bonds, I feel like, things that have been holding you back, and you're starting to see the truth, and being okay, letting go. Oop, I'm so sorry. I have to go feed my mother-in-law in about 30 minutes, so I should be done. We have, ooh, yes, the alarm going off. So this is your wake-up call here. You know, we have the judgment here. This is a wake-up call to see the truth, to take off the mask, to see things from a deeper perspective, using your intuition to guide you. And you have flexible here, being not so rigid, you know, in your belief systems. That's the other thing, because sometimes, you know, like I was saying, like our perspectives can be shattered, our belief systems can be shattered about so many things, because we hold on to those belief systems so tightly, but then we experience something that shatters that image or shatters that belief, you know, where it no longer holds true, you know, it no longer is that solid, for sure, I know this, you know. Then we become like, whoa. Then we can almost feel, you know, on rocky territory where we don't know what's real and what is. And that's why we have to lean into our intuition and listen to where we're being guided, you know. And we end up restoring our balance, because we no longer lean so hardly on those belief systems, because they just don't hold true anymore. And that's when shift comes in, a change comes in, because there's something new we need to see. There's a path of discovery that we need to go on, a journey, a quest to learn something about ourselves, because this no longer fits into our story. It no longer fits into our belief system. It makes no sense, because this used to be what I believe, but now, because of this experience, it has, like, you know, blown that out of the water, and now I have to go on this path of discovery to learn something new. And we have this let your spirit soar, you know, allow yourself to go on this adventure, free yourself from this old belief system that you've been holding on to. It's time to wake up and see the truth, either the truth about you or about the situation. We have mid-heaven. The mid-heaven is usually about this is like your goal, what you're here to do, what you're here to accomplish. You know, what you're meant to achieve in the world. Your goal. Okay, and it's a number 9 here. Oh, we have 19, and that's about endings and new beginnings, completing the path, a renewal, a new cycle, stepping into a path of leadership, of independence, going on a new journey. And not to be afraid to step onto a new path, pile number 4. Yeah, debilitated, discomfort. Yeah, there is a little bit of discomfort, right? Anytime like a belief system gets shattered, we are like, whoa. It can knock us off of our feet, because, you know, I believed this was true for so long, and now I find out that it's a lie, you know, that they deceived me. I was deceived. And now you're able to see things with clarity. Now you know the truth, and that's where you can heal and understand that it's better to know than to not know, to be honest, because now that's how you can empower yourself. Now I have these tools, now I have this awareness. It's being a little bit more flexible in your belief systems and being able to learn, being able to shift your perspective, not being so rigid and so, like, this is it, what is it? I don't know. I'm not sure what the proper word is. I'm thinking of something, but it's not coming to mind, not holding on too tight to your beliefs, always allowing yourself to learn something new, and knowing that what we believe today can change tomorrow, and always be open to learning something new. Always be able to be open to changing your perspective, to changing your belief systems, and knowing that we really don't know anything, and that opens you up to learn so much and to be teachable. That's the thing. I learn something new every day, and I do not protest to say that I know everything, I know it all. There's so many things I do not know. I know from experience what I've experienced, and I teach from that space of what I have experienced, what I've learned, what I've overcome, and that's how I help shine a light for others through my own experience. That's where my wisdom comes from, and wisdom is experience applied. It's knowledge applied becomes our wisdom, and that's how we can, some people, they've read it somewhere and then they parrot the information out, but it holds no weight because they themselves haven't experienced it, and so you can talk about it all day till you're blue in the face, but until you experience something, you don't know what it takes to get through it or to overcome it or to know the wisdom of it and why it's important, We have to learn through the experience, and that's what gives us the wisdom. That's what makes our light brighter. And that's what, people value. They don't value somebody who just talks and parrots information because they read it somewhere or somebody told them something, because somebody else can contradict that through their own wisdom and experience of it, Everybody's got an opinion, and everybody has a truth, and everybody has a belief system, and it doesn't mean that anybody's right or wrong. It's just everybody, and everybody believes what they want to believe through their own experience, through their own lens of the world. So let go of any of those feelings or of discomfort that you may be holding on to about moving forward and releasing any of these old attachments to the past, We have journey progressions. Okay, yep. You guys are going on a journey, on a spiritual quest, and it is a quest. It is a journey to get to know your truth, to know who you are, to take off any mask that you may be wearing and get to know yourself on a deeper level. And I'm not sure how this is tying into your finances here, but there's it has to do with your belief systems or the way that you see the world. Maybe it'll come out with these next couple cards here, because we still got 4 more to go. But you do have this a quest that you're meant to go on here. And this clock is sticking out. This is something about a cycle here, a new beginning, a new journey, and it's 2:48, 2:49 on the clock. So maybe look that angel number up. That may be a message for you. This is card number 56, which is an 11. Again, we have awakening, enlightenment, trusting your intuition, and a higher purpose. There's a higher purpose to your experience. There's a higher purpose to everything that we go through. But we have to be willing to go on that journey of self-discovery, and not feel stuck. You're not stuck, pile number 4. take a leap of faith to go on this journey. We have creativity by all above and all below. Let me connect, let creativity flow. Okay, beautiful. So we have 33 coming through. That is a master number. This is a, this is the master teacher number. Coming to a place of spiritual understanding. Yeah, you're going to be divinely guided here on the path. So where I was saying, like, some of you are just newly awakened to some of these truths. You're going to be guided. You're going to have a teacher, a spiritual guide. Somebody's going to be coming in to help you. There may be a divine inspiration. There may be a divine idea, something that just enters into your mind, into your heart, that you're meant to be doing. Something that you're meant to do with the midheaven here. Your purpose, the meaning behind everything through this experience, why you're awakening now, you know, what your potential is, what your mission is, what you're meant to create in the world. And perhaps through this creativity, that's where your finances are going to come in. Let's see. We have sanctuary. Take time. Take time out from the world. Spend more time alone. Meditate or go on retreat. Okay, so yes, definitely a spiritual journey. It's about going within again and connecting to your inner world, connecting to your shadow, to your fears, you know, getting to know yourself on a deeper level, your belief systems, your structures. Perhaps you have certain beliefs about money. Maybe that money's the root of all evil, or that, you know, there's not enough, that you're not enough. Maybe there's scarcity mindset, or you know, vows of poverty that you may have taken in previous lifetimes that you're unaware of, old contracts that you've made in the past that need to be cleared and cleansed. But you're being asked to go within, spend some more time alone, spend some time in nature, spend some time meditating. And meditating just means slowing the mind, being present, connecting to your inner world, your inner thoughts, and making sure that those thoughts are yours, that they're not coming from society, they're not coming from your parents, generational programmings and belief systems, you know, that they are truly how you feel, how you see, how you believe about yourself and about the world. Getting to know your own truths here. And we have patience. Pause before you take action. Trust that divine timing is at work. Be patient and play while you wait. Okay, so you're being asked to have patience with yourself. Patience while you go through this awakening, while you connect to your shadow, while you release yourself from any of these attachments to the past, or maybe you have an unhealthy relationship with money. Maybe you have been driven to just constantly work to have money, and that the only way to have money is to sacrifice, you know, time with family or relationships, or that you have to fit into other people's ideas of success. Perhaps family could have even said, this is, you know, this is the family business, and you need to do this in order to be successful, you know, or there's these expectations for you to live a life for others' approvals, you know, they, you know, sometimes parents can do that. Their child's success means that they themselves are successful because they have a child who's successful, and it's kind of an ego thing where they are looking to get approval outside of themselves, you know, and they enforce these expectations on their kids to be, you know, what they want them to be, instead of allowing them to do what's in their heart to do. You know, children are not possessions. They are also individuals, and they are divine beings as well, and they have missions, they have purposes that they're here to fulfill. And the parents enforcing their, you know, I want you to be this and do this in order to make me happy, can prevent the child, you know, the individual from achieving their goals, their mission, their, you know, what they're here to create, what their purpose, you know. And the child can end up feeling unhappy, and they can be resentful because this isn't bringing me happiness. Like, yes, I may have money and I may have, you know, success, but within I'm not happy. I don't feel like I'm achieving what I want to create for myself in my life, because you're not living a life for you or for your divine purpose. You're living your life for somebody else's approval, to make somebody else happy. And we're not meant to do that, you know. It's one thing to be a little child, but to be a grown adult, you know what I mean? It's time to move on and claim your right to, you know, create the life that you're meant to be living, and not living for other people. It's time to move on. It's time for you to step into your power and to take your power back. And like I said, just all that glitters isn't gold, you know. Yeah, it can be shiny, but there's this undercurrent that's hidden. You know, there's something that's hiding behind it. There's strings attached, and I feel like that's what needs to be released. Freeing yourself from that. You don't have to do and be what everybody else wants in order for you to be happy and successful. You can achieve it yourself. And you can have that conversation like, I appreciate you trying to help me get ahead in life, and if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have this strong foundation, but I'm wanting to go out on my own now, and I have this strong desire to create this in my life, and yeah, I'm just gonna go for it and free yourself from that situation. And if your parents love you, they will understand. But if they are very toxic, you know, then they're not gonna be happy, and they may try to shame you, and they may try to disown you. But you know, that's the risk you're gonna have to take in order to fulfill your purpose and your destiny, and to make yourself happy and to do what you came here to do. And it's time, or else you're just gonna be unhappy, waiting and waiting and waiting for your time. And your time is now, pile number 4. Alright, let's see what your final card says. It says birth. Universal energy brings you opportunity and possibility. Okay, here we go. So this is your opportunity. You're being told to act now, to create that foundation now, to begin the journey now. Take that leap of faith. Go on this quest to free yourself from feeling stuck, from feeling limited in your situation. And this will bring in that abundance that you're looking for. So, an abundance, you know, it says your financial situation, and I feel like maybe you don't necessarily have a struggle in that area. I feel like it's more like maybe others have used money in order to control you and to prevent you from living and creating the life of your dreams, you know? Alright, so you're going to be seeing the truth of the situation. You're going to be seeing how maybe you've been manipulated or gaslit into living a life for others instead of living the life you're meant to be living, pile number 4. So take some time, go within, have patience with yourself going forward. It's going to take you some time. But I'm very hopeful that you will achieve it, because we have this 3 of Wands here. A lot of forward movement, a lot of growth, the potential for early success. Yep, and you can't unsee what you've seen, and you can't unknow what you know. You know, there's no falling back asleep once you wake up. If you've truly awakened, I will say. Alright, pile number 4. I hope this reading helps you in some kind of way. I'm sorry we didn't get too much into a financial situation. But, you know, this is what came through in the cards. So, thank you all so much for being here in the temple with me today. Please like and subscribe, comment below if this reading resonated, or just let me know pile number 4 was meant for you. Sending y'all lots of love. Y'all take care and have a blessed day.